Sometimes when you do investigative research, you have to go right into the line of fire. Sometimes when you want to see how something really is, you have to do things that you just don't want to do. And in this case, I had to play a game which I did not want to play. I mean, I already knew how bad it was going to be because it has the worst reputation of any video game around, but I wanted to see for myself how bad it truly was. And nothing could have prepared me for how bad Grand Theft Auto 5 was. There was nothing but killing, blowing things up, causing destruction, chaos, nihilism. There was foul language. You name it, it has it. All the bad things you could ever name, this game has. It's immoral to its very core. It must have been created by Satan himself. I mean, in Grand Theft Auto 5, you play as 3 characters. You play as Michael, you play as Franklin, and you play as Trevor. Now, Michael is the first character who you play as, and he's just a crazy, crazy man. You would think after a life of crime, he would want to settle down with his family and, just begin a simple life, a wholesome family life, but no. No, at first he does, but then he gets right back into the life of crime, and deep down inside, he loves it. He loves it. It gives him a thrill every time he goes on a heist and he steals money, and he's always talking about the big one. There's this big bank that he wants to steal from, commit a heist from and steal a lot of money, and he's so thrilled about the thought of taking money that does not belong to him. He's an immoral asshole. That's all he is. That's all he is. And his family hates him because his family knows what kind of a man he truly is. His son hates him, his daughter hates him, and his wife hates him. And that's what Michael gets. That's what Michael deserves for being such a bad person. But then there's Franklin. Franklin and Michael meet up at one point during the game, early on. And you would think, Michael being the older person, you would think he would encourage, Franklin, give him good advice to, be a respectable businessman. You think you'd tell him not to go into a life of crime. You would think you would tell him going into a life of crime is immoral, dangerous, and bad and not right. But no. Instead of encouraging Franklin to become a respectable businessman and earn a lot of money, in a legitimate fashion, Michael encourages Franklin to go on a life of crime, to team up with him in all of his endeavors, in all of his wicked ways, and they become partners in just this crime, and so many crimes they commit. They rob banks, they steal cars, they take money that doesn't belong to them, they kill people. It's wrong! Why couldn't Michael have said to Franklin, you're a good person deep down, and you should become a respectable businessman, and earn your money legitimately, and have a good life that way. But no. Michael is one of the worst mentors ever. He's one of the worst role models in the history of role models. Franklin needed a good role model, someone like Jesus Christ, or someone like John Cena, or someone like Ronald Reagan, some inspiring figure. Maybe he could have had a role model like Rush Limbaugh, Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity on Fox News, but no, he chooses Michael as a role model. So I kind of blame Franklin because he should have known what kind of bad person that Michael was. I mean, if Franklin wanted a mentor or a role model, there's plenty of good role models to choose from, but he chose one of the worst role models you could have. So, in many ways, it's still Franklin's fault, even though it was Michael inspiring him. But then there's the worst of the worst. There's Trevor. And Trevor's a complete nut, a complete crazy man. I mean, he's just the embodiment of the insanity. He's insane. He's crazy. He loves to blow things up. He loves to take things that don't belong to him. He loves to just run people over. He says foul language. He loves causing chaos. He has no regard for people's feelings. He'll just beat somebody up for no reason. I mean, he's just crazy. He should be in jail, or in fact, he should be in an insane asylum. He should be in a sponge room all by himself with high security outside. I mean, he should be locked up. A crazy man like Trevor should not be out there with the rest of society. But the thing is, a lot of people who play GTA 5 say how much they love Trevor. It's always Trevor this, Trevor that. Oh, I love playing this Trevor. What a great character Trevor is. A lot of people saying no, he's not a great character. In fact, he's the worst character in GTA history. That's what he is. He's the embodiment of the nuts who played GTA. I just figured it out because I'm so smart. the creators of GTA know that their fan base are a bunch of nuts, are a bunch of loons, so they created this character who's the embodiment of the typical GTA player. It's just crazy. Why do you people play this, huh? Why can't you play good, wholesome games like Super Mario Bros? You know, where you're a friendly Italian plumber, where you go out there to save Princess Peach. You're a hero, not a villain. In GTA, you're a villain, but in Super Mario Bros, you're a hero. You're Mario, and you're saving the Mushroom Kingdom from the evil Bowser. Isn't that a game that you'd want to play? Wholesome, nice, colorful, friendly? But no, you decide to play GTA. You just cause destruction, chaos, and nihilism. And there's one thing I want to mention. In GTA 5, you're playing in the city of Los Santos, which is a parody of Los Angeles. And no wonder why the creators of GTA 5 chose to parody Los Angeles, because Los Angeles really is a city filled with crime, filled with destruction, filled with chaos, filled with bad sports teams like the Lakers, who are a bunch of losers, the Dodgers, who haven't won anything in over 25 years. And up until recently, the Kings were losers, but they did win 2 out of 3 years, so I kind of respect the Kings. But anyway, the city of LA is just a bunch of losers, hypocrites, liars, and frauds. The Grand Theft Auto creators would never think to parody Boston, because Boston is one of the greatest places ever. It's a very wholesome city, has great sports teams who are winners. The Celtics have won the most NBA championships of any basketball team, 17. There's the Boston Red Sox who won the World Series last year, and there's also the Boston Bruins who won the Stanley Cup recently, back 2011. And so, it's just a bunch of great sports teams, and of course the New England Patriots. And there's wholesome people, successful people, great people. So the GTA creators would never even think of parodying Boston, in a crime sort of a way. But of course, it's easy to parody Los Angeles because it's the worst city around. But that's all I have to say. My final verdict on Grand Theft Auto 5 is it's a bunch of shit doo-doo.